So it's Sheffield Wednesday versus Huddersfield Town, the return of Darren Moore, but let's make it not a great return and get 3 points at home. Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. I'd much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's face, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So it's the return of Darren Moore, and Huddersfield Town are in, and they're not in great form, but that's why they've got Darren Moore in. He'll change it up a bit. But we don't have no manager. The manager situation is still ongoing. As it stands, apparently there are 2 league candidates, and Danny Rowe is apparently one of them out of the 2 candidates going for it. This is the bloke who missed out on the job to Cisco. So we'll see what happens. Apparently he's in London as it is. That's something on the start. I will do a video about that later around 9 o'clock. So, Sheffield Wednesday start with, it's very much the old guard here. Dawson, Palmer, Iorfa, Wickway, Bernard, James start, Volks, Byers, Patterson, Smith, Gregory. On the sub bench, Vasquez, Valentine, Diaby, Buckley, Hendrick, Pufi, Masaba, Wilkes, and Cadamartri. Cadamartri and Poof off out the youth academy on the bench. So Thompson probably going to try and give them a chance and run out today. But you look at that squad, that is literally our most of the starting lineup from last season to a point. So it looks solid. So let's have a look at Huddersfield Town. They've got Nichols, Ruffle, Pearson, Hilk, Hogg, Bazuna, Rudin, Cormer, Thompson, Edwards, and Nakakama. I think that's how you say it. Maxwell, Edmund Green, Diarra, Headley, Parrott, Wiles, Hudlin, Jackson, and Lees are all on the bench for Huddersfield Town. But that is very interesting because you look at our bench, no Delgado at all. He had been binned completely. Now, the interesting thing here as well is that Johnson is now registered. He's registered. Probably a bit too soon for him to come in, but he's now registered as a player for Wednesday. So it gives him the whole people to pick from. But that looks really good. I'm intrigued to see what happens there. Good to see them both get some players to get a chance and see what happens. And I think it's the right thing to do. It might help a little bit. It might have us a bit more defensively set at the back. Might stop leaking goals. At the end of the day, let's see what happens here, because Thompson had gone with what he thinks is the right lineup. He's made it a bit more familiar. Smith and Gregory up top by the looks of it as well, which we know that combination works very well in as well. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can get 3 points at home, and then during the international break, get this bloody manager situation sorted. But that's your lineup. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we get 3 points at home and first 3 points of the season. So in the first half, we had an okay bit of possession. Started really well. 2 up top. Midfield looked okay, but as it got into the game, we did look like we were getting a little bit bullied when they got forward. But apart from that, it wasn't that bad. A couple of good chances, good crosses going in, but they had a period of a lot of corners going in, and they luckily couldn't capitalise. We've given away a lot of cheap free kicks in that first half as well. And Thompson, is it Thomas? I think so. Sorry, Thomas, on the dead ball situation is very good. And he's very skillful and tricky, and he just keeps trying to make a little bit of a nuisance of himself as they go forward. But it's very much a Darren Moore Huddersfield side versus a Darren Moore Sheffield Wednesday team in terms of the lineup, trying just to both play a little similar. We've had good chances. We've had good things where it looks semi-decent, like we could do something. But at the same time, you look at it, no one on either team has got that quality just to get a goal. When they are going forward, we are managing to defend it quite well. Been some lovely pieces. I think Reece James has been fantastic this game. Patterson putting himself about. Volks and Byers. Volks is trying to play those balls and just can't seem to get it on the end. We're playing long ball though, which isn't really working. I think if we could get in behind them a little bit with some running, I think it would open up our chances a lot more than playing the long ball, because they seem to just be able to defend it a lot better than we can. So far, so good, but it's 0-0 at half-time. I can't remember. I think the last time we said 0-0 at half-time, I think it may have been Leeds United game. And that feels like such a long time ago. Now, we have got to say that when they are getting forward, we need to be careful when they go forward because they do have the pace to get at us. But you can tell we're missing that creative person in midfield in the likes of Barry Bannon. But at half-time, 0-0, and I think a lot of people would take that right now at the end of the game. Hopefully try and nick a winner. If we could nick a winner, that would be even better. Darren Moore got a very good reception from the Hillsborough faithful, and then it was just all business after that. But Wednesday, 0, Huddersfield 0. We'll see what happens in the second half. So, second half, they tend to try and put a bit more on us again, Huddersfield Town, and they did all right getting forward. But just, you could tell both teams didn't have that clinical edge. Both teams tried to get something forward. If I'm honest, Huddersfield had a couple of chances, but there was some really weird holding stuff by the referee, and players were getting holds left, right, and centre on both sides, and it just either giving it one way and then not giving it the other. It was weird. But we do make some set changes, though. Gregory off, Wilkes on. And he looked really up for it a little bit when he came on, running at players, trying to get in. But apart from that, just didn't really have anything clinical enough. There were times where he got into position to shoot, and he tried to play it onto his left foot instead of take it first time. Confidence thing. Patterson was here, there, and everywhere. I thought Volk was outstanding today. I thought he did really well. Byers looked like he was a little bit missing at times in this game, struggled to get into it a little bit. We make another sub of Buckley on, Patterson off. And Patterson did not look happy to be coming off, but he never did do. And during the second half, James kept on going down injured a couple of times, and he had to go off eventually, and it was James off, Valentine on. Now, Valentine only came on for a little bit, but you can tell that he struggles a little bit in kind of how he plays and get going. They had a chance, shots and stuff like that, but they did have it in the back of the net. They did go, but it was for foul on Dawson, and so it got marked off. So, end of game, 0-0. I would have taken that before the start of the game, 100%. I would have taken a 0-0 draw. A win would have been great because that's what we needed. But we were more defensive again. We looked a little bit more solid at the back. We looked not much going forward, which is still a massive concern. And you look at the result today. Rotherham got a draw, so they're on 6 points. QPR, I believe, lost, so they're on 8 points. Stoke are on 10 points. Watford are on 10 points. And Huddersfield are on 11 points with Argyle. And so we need to have this new manager, whoever he is, come in and hit the ground running. Now, report before the match was that Danny Rohr, the German lad, has been pictured in London, and the talk that he's the second for the job. He was second for the job when it was Sicko. And yeah, it's one of these things. I know a lot of people are saying they don't want him. He's not experienced. They don't want to see him come in and take the job. And the thing is, we don't have a say on who comes in. I think all we can do as fans is just back the manager who he comes in, and then if it doesn't start to look like it's going right, like it did with Sicko, you voice your concerns then. But it's a big job for whoever comes in to fix the mess we're in. There's a chance to have a mini pre-season part 3 now. Johnson is now registered as a player, so he can play now. So there's that option there. I think whoever comes in, it'll be interesting to see how they do and how they set up, kind of thing. Now, you look at the game today, it did feel like, you know, when you play those games of EA Football Club where you play same team versus same team, it felt very much like that because we set up in a very Darren Moore way to how we played. But that's because those players that he used today, Thompson, they were all people who used to play in the Darren Moore way of footballing. So it said a lot. But 0-0. It means we're on 3 points. It means we got 3 points, but not in the sense of a win 3 points, which is where we're needing to get it next. But we got 3 points now. It stopped the rot for a little bit, but we've now got a 2-week break where whoever comes in has got to hit the ground running. I personally believe if they're going to have the job, they need to be in Sunday night or possibly tonight, announce Sunday, Monday, and get going. And just get going on what they want to do and see where we go from there, really, for me. It's an interesting time at Wednesday, innit? It's a very interesting time, and you don't quite know what the next turn or twist is going to be in this saga with us. So, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Huddersfield Town 0. We get a point shared. Let's see what happens over the international break and see who comes in. There'll be a lot of videos. There's going to be a debrief tonight at 7 p.m. as well. So come join me there and let me know what you thought of the game and stuff like that. And we'll talk about potential manager coming in as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.